Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you some Sova Recon Wallbang combinations. First we're going to have a look at the A site of Ascent. You want to aim your arrow at the far left of the underside of the cannon, charge to full power and shoot whilst you're jumping. This arrow scans the majority of the site and is perfect in a retake situation. If anyone's behind the generator you can wallbang them through the rafters wall. This spot is actually really good to pre-fire even with no information, as it's a very common post-plant spot. And if your arrow highlights anyone else in sight, remember you can still wallbang them through the wall. To shoot through it, you need to be shooting on the left of this line. We're again on A site for another spot. Aim at the top lip of the box with full power and 2 bounces. This arrow is pretty forgiving, so it doesn't need to be lined up precisely. It will highlight anyone playing in hell. Once anyone is highlighted, spray through the floor to net an easy elimination. Even if your arrow doesn't detect anyone, you've still gained information that hell is clear, making the retake much easier. Next is probably the most well-known Sova wallbang spot in the game. Only high penetration weapons work if you try this one though. I'm showing you a few different arrows for this spot, as if you repeatedly use the same one, enemies will just pre-aim it and destroy it. Ideally you want the arrow to place as quickly as possible, not giving the attackers a chance to react and destroy it before it spots them. If you hear players pushing up into B main, give them a second or two to push in, meaning once the arrow detects them, it's much harder for them to get to cover. I especially like the first arrow I showed, as it gives information about B lobby as well as anyone in B main. Try not to use this spot every round though, as if you do it too often the attackers will just wait out for the arrow or not attack B early in the round. Next on to bind. This arrow is great for information as it lands on the back of sight and will detect anyone playing behind the truck or in the boxes in sight. For its wallbang use, it will also detect anyone playing on the boxes by showers. This makes anyone playing on either the higher or lower box an easy elimination as you push into showers. Again, these spots are good to pre-fire without any information, as they're common anchoring spots and a few shots through the wall will kill or push a player off from these positions, making the push out of showers much easier. Next is a wallbang for retaking the B site. By bouncing an arrow off the right hand side of the door frame, you'll reveal anyone playing by the tunnel on the back wall of sight. You can only shoot through the window part of the wall, but you'll be able to wallbang anyone detected by your arrow. Just be careful of any attackers who've rotated through elbow, as they might be able to catch you with your bow out. A final extra tip for bind is you can shoot your arrow through the teleporter to reveal anyone inside. If you know someone's camping in either of the teleporters, get your teammates to hold the exit whilst you rotate and fire an arrow in to easily clear them out. Next is Haven. This arrow gives us early round information as well as giving you an opportunity to get a man advantage early in the round. Aim between the 2 support beams of the roof and fire at 2 bars. This arrow lands in A garden, revealing anyone there or in A lobby. If you're going to attempt this wallbang, it's much easier with a high penetration weapon, although if you get the angle right you can do it with a rifle. Once the target's highlighted, you can shoot through the door to get an easy elimination. This wallbang spot is pretty unknown, so if you pull this one off you'll have the attackers scratching their heads at how you even hit them. To fire the next arrow, use your bow at full power with 1 bounce to get this arrow to land on the inside wall of garage. It will detect anyone in the garage itself or pushing up into the C site. To use this as a wallbang, come to the front of B site and shoot through this box. This first spot gets anyone jumping up into the window. The second spot allows you to hit anyone slightly further back in garage or going up the corridor to C site. Next is another arrow for clearing out garage, but this time for the attackers. This arrow is great by itself just to check if garage is clear, but you can also use it to eliminate anyone playing aggressively there. To get the most out of the arrow, you'll want to have shot the garage doors out as they act for cover for anyone playing in garage. I've shown this with a high pen gun, but once the panels are broken, a rifle can also shoot through the doors. The walls on the side of the doors though are high penetration only. If you think that someone's playing in the window instead, you can land an arrow on the back wall and again shoot them through the wall if they're highlighted. Whether I'm playing Sova or not, I still like to shoot out the doors of garage at the start of the round. You'll have a chance of chipping the health of anyone who's playing towards the front of garage, and you'll likely make them back off, making it much easier to take. Finally is split. This first arrow is perfect in a post-plant situation for defending the spike. By aiming the arrow just to the left hand side of the window, you'll highlight anyone pushing out of the window or coming out of screens or A main. From here you can shoot through the box inside to eliminate anyone standing in the window. Just be careful as they'll likely return fire through the box, so you'll want to eliminate them quickly. This little clip is just to show you that the arrow will detect anyone pushing through elbow or lower down in sight, making your hold a bit easier. Next is a great arrow to clear anyone out holding the angle from vents into mid early in the round. This is a very common operator spot. Line yourself up with the corner of this box and fire at full power with 1 bounce on the right hand side of this wall. This arrow lands in vents, revealing anyone in there. If the player doesn't back off the angle, you can easily wallbang them through this wooden corner. Also remember, the walls of vents are penetrable, so if you do detect someone playing in the corner, fire through the wall for an easier limb. The final spot is a great way to defend an attacking push through B main into site. Back up into this corner and fire an arrow at full power with one bounce at the top left of this door panel. It will give you information about how many attackers are in B main, and if anyone is pushed up into the corridor, there'll be an easy elimination through the box. I've made dedicated wallbang videos for all maps, so check them out here, and I've made some server lineups which you can check out here. Thanks for watching!